Good morning, survivors, and happy Monday. Today, we are going to answer a question from a viewer. But before that, let's get coffee, shall we? So, to update you on the Soul Staycation, the Fitbit is working out well, and here's my first smoothie. Now, here's the thing about it. It's frozen. I knew it was frozen, but I thought it would unfreeze a lot faster than this. So, for future reference, take your smoothies out the night before if you freeze them. Let's do this, shall we? So essentially, my viewer wanted to know, why is it that narcissists will tell you what they want and then they get upset with you, or they take it from you, or they intentionally keep it from you when you ask for it? I'll go into more detail now. So my viewer today, the question comes from Ziggy Lou 2022. She says, "Hey Angie, can you do a video on here on how when the narcissist knows what you want or need something, when you want or need something from them, they will purposely withhold it from you until you are at their mercy and feel like begging them. They love that. They will then use it as a tool or a guilt of ridicule over your head." Let's talk about that, shall we? It makes them feel like they have power over you. Yep, for sure. So we all know that narcissists have huge toolboxes full of manipulations, right? And this is just yet another one that they use. They withhold. Now, what do they withhold? Well, they withhold sex. They withhold affection. They withhold necessary items. I've had clients tell me that their narcissists have withheld medicine from them, and health care, and food even in some cases, or types of food, or things that they really want or really need, and then they use those things to manipulate people into doing what they want. It's not uncommon for narcissists, but why do they do that? What makes them like that, right? One thing I think the narcissist is always trying to teach us is that there is no such thing as unconditional love, at least not for you or me, maybe for them. They expect you to love and trust and give them whatever they want unconditionally, but they don't want to do the same for you. It's like a one-sided deal, right? And you start to wonder, why all the double standards, right? Well, that's because they're narcissists, my love. That's just because they're narcissists. They have this idea that they are more important than you. They have this idea that they're more real than you. They may even tell you that you're not real. They may even tell you that, that you're not as intelligent as they are. Or they may tell you that you need their help, or that, they may try to make themselves feel needed. Now, why do they neglect you with stuff? Why do they neglect you with love and affection? Why do they withhold things from you to get what they want? Well, they do this because, again, it's all about control and power. They want to control you, period. Yes, that's exactly right, Ziggy Lou. They want to control you. So that's it. So how do you deal with this, right? Well, guess what? You stand up, you pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and you get it yourself. You don't need... Now, when it comes to withholding affection and sex and things like that, I mean, obviously, if you're going to stay in this relationship, you're going to have to deal with that. You can't force someone to become something they're not, all right? And in some cases, from what I've understood, some narcissists will be in relationships with people who they are not sexually compatible with. And what I mean is, I see a lot of people where you have a man who's bisexual or who's actually gay and pretending not to be, depending on his upbringing and where he came up in the world, because even today in many families it's unacceptable to be gay. I've even seen a case where a female has done something where she pretended to be gay in order to get someone to take care of her. So I don't really understand. Actually, I've seen that twice. I don't understand why people do this, but I think that when it comes to the narcissist, once again, it's all about having their needs met and not so much about being in relationship with someone on a healthy level. Does that make sense? During the love bombing phase, the narcissist is going to seem like someone who is your soulmate. They're going to seem like someone who you've always looked for, and anytime they find that you might actually leave them in a minute if they don't slow down, they might pull the love bombing back out, depending on where you are in your relationship. Of course, other times they're just going to threaten you and humiliate you and make you feel scared to leave, make you feel like you can't survive without them. That's why a lot of times, in some cases, narcissists will actually be the breadwinner in order to control. This depends on the narcissist, though, because there are also narcissists who sit around and expect to be supported by people and don't actually do anything to deserve it, but they, expect to be supported. Then you've got the types who who come around and like when it comes to narcissistic women, sometimes, a lot of times they come in as the caregiver type of narcissist. So I think what it comes down to, once again, is just the simple fact of control. A narcissist wants and needs to control their primary supply in order to get what they want, because they need you to be there supplying them with positive attention, with food, with, love, with sex, with affection, with, with an emotional dumpster, as in the place where they throw all their pain and hate for the world at you because they feel like you're a safe person to do that with, and so on and so forth. Why do they withhold things that you want and need? To manipulate you, to control you. That's why. How do you fix that? Well, you either choose to continue to deal with it or you make change in your life. And I'm not trying to be negative or all like, oh, I'm so harsh or whatever, because look, you guys, I know it's hard to leave. I know it's hard. I know it is. I know that they make it almost impossible sometimes. And so don't ever assume that I'm judging you if you're still there, because I get it. Trust me. It's very hard, and they make sure of it. And this is another example right here that, they make sure that they don't give you what you need to be healthy, happy, whole. And if they can at any time withhold that stuff from you, they will, again, to manipulate you. You feel me? I think that's all I have to say about that for now. But I will say more later today in my second video. And I did want to tell you guys, as we start this week, I want you to keep your chin up, keep your back straight. Remember that you're valuable and worth loving. And remember that you deserve to be happy and free and at peace in your own home. You don't have to continue to put up with abuse. You deserve better. And if you're being emotionally battered, sometimes it's actually worse than physical abuse in certain ways, because you can't show anybody any scars. And a lot of times when you try to explain narcissistic abuse to people, they just don't get it unless they've been there. And that sucks. It's really hard. But that's why I'm here, because I want you to know, I get it, my friend, I get it. And you're not crazy. You're not bad. There's nothing wrong with you. You just chose maybe the wrong person to spend your time with. And what do I always tell you? Knowledge is power. So know it. Know what you're dealing with. And then work on understanding it so that you can overcome it. It's the duo method. All right? Hey, one more thing before I close up for today. If you haven't signed up for my free Soul Staycation already, do it right away. We are going, and it is good. So I will keep you posted on these smoothies I'm trying here. Let me just show you again. It is still frozen. It was a bad choice for me to freeze these. Well, they were already frozen when I got them. I should have just put them in the fridge, or at least the ones I was going to use today, but it'll be okay. I'll probably defrost them in water if I'm smart later. We'll see. All right, guys, have a wonderful day. I'll be back later today with another video. And if you have questions, comments, concerns, things you want me to talk about, or things you want to talk to me about, leave them in the comments below. All right. Oh, one more thing. I really appreciate all of the emails and messages that I get. But I want to tell you guys, I can't always respond individually to them. I get a lot. And I've been doing some research on how I can do better with responding. I'm working on hiring someone to help me, but I've already got Haley, my assistant / office manager, doing what she can do. But I don't want you guys to think I don't read your emails. I do. I've only got so many hours in the day, and I'm sorry that I'm not able to respond to all of them. But I'm working on it. So stay tuned. And like I said, if you have a question that you'd like me to answer in a video, just go ahead and leave it below, and I'll do that. Okay? I'll see you guys soon. Have a wonderful day. In case I forgot to tell you, thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for letting me be a part of yours. And it really means a lot to me. I'll see you soon.